Leo there, folks. It's me again. Doing a quick check-in. Yeah, and you may be able to tell by the light in my background, which I really should do something about in future videos, is I'm recording during the day, which is unusual for me. But it will be more common of late because the way my schedule is moving around. I'm going to be less able to do things in the evening for a while. So, anyway, I played a session of a role-playing game last night. I will include a link because it was recorded by Francois over at what is his YouTube handle? JDRD30. JDRD30 is his handle. He's a regular viewer of mine. He's commented on a number of the videos. He is probably better known in the French side of things, the French language side of things, which is kind of cool. It's he invited me to come join in on a one shot with a project he's doing where he's got this book full of just sort of generic setting countries and cities and so on, and he'll pick one of them out of a hat, basically like a card. He'll draw a card and it'll have the name of the place he's going to run the next session, and then he'll have another deck of systems, and he'll draw one of those, and he'll run a one-shot in that location with that system. It's pretty neat, I thought. It's a neat idea. It's probably a little more ambitious than I would take on right now, but it's pretty cool, and he's a really nice guy. So I was like, of course, sure, I'll jump in. And we played a game called Argor. Now, Argor is, what can I say about Argor? It is a very rules-light system, and it actually has got some things going for it, and some things that I, could see some improvement. One of the things I really like about it is the mechanical simplicity, I guess. The determination of whether or not you succeed or not is roll 2d6, add your skill. And that it's pretty simple in that regard. There are contested rolls for combat, and happens simultaneously. It's not so and so does this and then you do this. It's you both roll, and whoever rolls higher really succeeds. Other than that, it has a strong resemblance to D&D, except it's classless. It's a purely skill-based system. I find it interesting. It also feels somewhat incomplete in some regards. But overall, I thought it was an interesting thing. It's got some setting stuff in the rule book that we didn't use for this one shot because of the nature of the thing he's doing on his channel. But the setting information was fine. I have no complaints with it. I think, like I said, it is super rules light. It is, I don't want to say OSR per se, because it's not a deliberate D&D clone, but it is certainly on that end of the spectrum. I think that the notion of using some of the D&D archetypal stuff like hit points and some fairly basic stats and so on, combined with the classes system, actually works for the most part. It does lack in options, though. maybe I am probably spoiled by modern games where I have more than a couple of options in combat, and I was playing very much a fighty character, and I've found that a lot of what I was doing is essentially I hit it with an axe. There was no subtlety, there was no, no sort of tactical thinking. It was, okay, I'm going to hit it with an axe. Alright, this turn, I'm going to hit it with an axe. Which is very much like old D&D in some regards, but it does mean that there's some creation room, there's some room for customization, I guess. That's the best way to put it. But it's like I said, I liked it. I think it's a decent one to play, and it's not too expensive. I'll include a link in the show notes. Certainly worth checking out. I think it would also, from the visual designer side, could use with a proper, layout, specialist, somebody who's good at doing book layouts. It is pretty streamlined and simple in the layout, and could probably use for some better visual interest, some better layout. But that's a minor thing. It's not something that a lot of people can afford, and if you're not an expert in doing graphic design, you do with what you've got. And this is clearly a labor of love of the guy who published it, who is, let me make sure I got his name right. His name is Mark Whiteman. Anyway, it's clearly a labor of love for him. He has clearly put a lot of work into it. So, like I said, I recommend it if you have an interest in rules light systems, just to investigate. See what works and see what doesn't. Anyway, I think you should, if you have an interest in watching sort of streaming D&D style games, go check out the recording I was participating in last night, and like I said, I'll include a link. I'm going to try and be better about putting out more episodes. I'm not taking opiates every day now, so that should make things easier. I guess I'll catch you guys later. Subscribe, like, share with all the people, and go check out the Patreon. If you feel like you can afford to contribute, please do. If you can't, I understand. But other than that, have a nice day, and I'll check in with you later. Bye.